If you've ever dropped your micro SD card in the grass, because you didn't put it somewhere secure, you know how hard it can be to find it. But what if you can make something like this micro SD card holder to avoid this and other problems? Well, now you can with this. A Creality K2 3D printer. Now I know you're used to seeing drones on the channel, but we also carry things that could help you out when you're flying. So things like mounts for your phone or tablet, protection for your controller joysticks, or really anything you can imagine. I'll be going over the specs for this printer, but also show you how easy it is to print one of these yourself. On the K2, you do get 350 millimeters or about 13.8 inches of width, length, and height to work with, meaning you can make some fairly large prints. You can even combine prints if you want to go even bigger. Now this interior can heat up to about 140 degrees, and the unit also has a fan on each side. And with Wi-Fi connectivity, you can send your prints remotely and remotely view the print from a camera to make sure everything's going smoothly. There's also another camera on the tool head to help you analyze the print, flow, and catch any errors. The nice thing about this filament is that Creality has an RFID tag built in, so it automatically detects the color. And if you do buy another brand, you can still enter the color, filament type, and other info manually. Now, even though we just have one CFS unit, you could plug in up to 4 of these, allowing you to print one thing with up to 16 colors. So let's go over how to print this box. So if you are on your phone, you're going to want to download the Creality Cloud app, and it'll be this one right here. Now, once you make an account, you can search for different items you want to print. So in our case, we're just going to search for a micro SD card holder. So once you search, you do get a lot of different options. We're going to go with this one here. So you get a brief description, and we're just going to select print down here. And also, since we're using the K2 printer, we want to make sure we select the right one. So select all models and go to K2. We're going to select this first one here. And there's just one option for printing, so we're going to select print. And you want to make sure you're printing with the right printer. So yeah, we've got the K2 and select that there. And once your print is completed, you just take it off the plate here. It is a little bit sticky, but it just pops right off. And it does also have the supports that print with it, so that just prevents what you printed from falling down. That's cool. And every time you finish a print, you just want to make sure you take everything off. You don't want to leave anything extra for your next print. Right, so we've got a few pieces here, so we're just going to put those to the side. And with this project, fairly easy to build. Some projects you can add additional parts, but this build, super easy to do. Now, can I have you move in a little bit closer? Okay, so these little pieces, you pop the bottom part off. Yeah, so it actually pops off pretty easy. So we're left with these 5 pieces here. So we're just going to put everything together. And just want to make sure everything is nice and lined up. Now this part is probably going to be the hardest part. Okay. So yeah, I do have to push down pretty hard to make sure that gets in there. So I did end up using a hammer to get these back pieces in, and it was actually pretty easy. After all, this is plastic. All right, so back to the studio. All right, and then this last piece just goes right on the front here. So this slides over, and that acts as a latch just to keep the box closed, just like that. This will do a fairly good job in terms of keeping your micro SD card safe. There are also some models that you can purchase, but a lot of the models are free to print. You just have to pay for your filament and you're good to go. Now, of course, you can print non-drone related things, so things like bag clips or remote holders or really anything else you can imagine. So if you had one of these, what would you print? So let us know in the comments. If you'd like more info on this unit, the K2, or other Creality units, click on the link in the description below, and thanks for watching.